I got a Daisy feeling. I got a Daisy feeling. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back. We are continuing our watch of the Lunchbox. This is part 2. If you haven't checked out part 1 of our reaction, go ahead and do so. I'm SABRAW, joined by the one and only SYNTELL.
Hey, what's cracking, baby?
If you're on YouTube, you will be seeing a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a certain amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch this entire movie with us, no cuts, no interruptions, no separation of parts, you can do that one of two ways. Either become a patron at patreon.com/JABYBHAI or a member on this YouTube channel right here. If you're already a member or patron, thank you. We love you. You'll just need your own version of the movie. Today, we're watching it on Amazon Prime. You'll just throw it up in a side-by-side screen next to us. And then we're watching this movie together, and it will be super fun. Since you are on YouTube, we still appreciate you. We just want you to hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this bad boy up, and we're gonna jump right back in. He's lucky the lunchbox isn't getting delivered to him because I would have poisoned his.
Think you got gas now?
Yeah, I'm crazy like
Just
that.
Wait.
You'd be on the toilet for weeks.
Dear Ila, you won't believe what happened to me yesterday. The old houses of boys I used to play with when I was a child are gone now. The old post office is still there. And the hospital where I was born and where my parents died, and my wife. I think we forget things if we have no one to tell them to.
Whoa.
Wow.
This is so cute.
मेरे हस्बैंड का अफेयर चल रहा है। बहुत सोचा उनसे बात करूंगी पर हिम्मत नहीं जुटा पाई। एक जगह है, यशवी ने स्कूल में सीखा है कि भूटान में सब खुश रहते हैं। यहाँ भी ऐसा होता तो।
Damn. He couldn't eat it. Oh.
आप सर कहीं खोए हुए क्या? मतलब
Okay.
Huh. That was a bold step.
एक बात बताओ शेख,
सर, हाँ सर,
तुम कभी भूटान गए?
भूटान?
हाँ।
अच्छा भूटान, मतलब इकोनॉमी बहुत डाउन है वहाँ की। हमारा 1 रुपया वहाँ के 5 रुपए के बराबर है। और मेरी अम्मी हमेशा कहा करती, हमेशा कहती कि कभी-कभी गलत ट्रेन भी सही जगह पहुँचा देती।
तुम बोले तुम तो अनाथ हो।
हाँ मतलब अनाथ, लेकिन मेरी अम्मी हमेशा कहती हैं ये बोलने
Oh. It's honestly all great shots.
हम एक साथ भूटान कैसे जा सकते हैं? मुझे आपका नाम भी नहीं पता।
Another bold step.
कैसे हैं सर? क्या बात है सर, आज तो बड़े खिल रहे हैं। क्या बात है, क्या बात है।
Oh, it's the same song that the kids were singing.
कल एक बहुत अजीब बात हुई। देश पांडे आंटी ने साजन पिक्चर के गाने लगा दिए।
No.
आपको वो कूलर कैफे पता है? सुना है वहाँ का कीमा पाव बहुत अच्छा है। कल वहाँ मिले 1 बजे। इला।
What's the move?
Yeah, that's
What's
a big
the play?
step. I can feel his heart beating.
Yeah.
You're right?
साजिद सर,
What?
बॉस ने आपको अंदर बुलाया।
हाँ, लंच के बाद आता है।
सर अर्जेंट है।
Oh no.
Oh no.
I just had a meeting with the accounts department, and it was the most embarrassing meeting of my life. It's as if our claims department does not exist. Sheikh's initials are all over the place. And to think that I was going to have this man replace you.
Oh no.
I need you to review this. Stay up all night if necessary, but fix it.
Oh man, he won't be able to meet her tomorrow.
It's my mistake.
Fernandez, you don't have to defend him.
I'm not defending anyone, sir.
35 years of service. And you have not made one single mistake.
You know I would not defend anyone, sir.
Why do these files all smell of vegetables?
Really?
Smell it! Smell it!
Oh, because he keeps them in his
Yeah, he keeps him in his suitcase.
briefcase.
तो सर आपने बचा दिया मुझे।
Don't you ever cut your bloody vegetables on the office files?
नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं फाइल लेके उस पे प्लास्टिक का बैग चढ़ा के तब सब्जी काटेगा।
ये तुम्हारा कोई सऊदी का ओडीपी का फाइल नहीं है. These are government records. Do you understand?
Oh, don't be mean.
तुमको नहीं आता है तो तुम जाओ, छोड़ो.
No. Have compassion.
I'm sorry सर, लेकिन आप सिखाओगे मुझे।
तुम्हारा अम्मी ने तुमको नकली डिग्री लेके असली नौकरी फ्रॉड करने को बोला क्या?
नहीं सर, वो कंफ्यूज हो गई होंगी।
What kind of a person you are, Mr. Sheikh?
My hustler, baby.
सर मेरे साथ घर चलिए ना सर डिनर के लिए। सर प्लीज, सर चल लेना आप मेरे साथ। सर ये थोड़ा सा पसंद
No,
नहीं।
no, no, no.
Sweating.
आपकी मिसेस क्या करती हैं सर?
मेरा मैसेज गुजर गया, ऑफ हो गया.
Don't go quiet now.
लेकिन मेरा गर्लफ्रेंड है,
आपकी नाम क्या है उनका?
ईला.
Oh. Please let this have a happy ending. I can't.
सर आपसे कुछ पूछना चाहता हूँ।
हाँ पूछो.
मैं ये सोच रहा था कि अगर आप मेरे सस परस बन जाते शादी के लिए मतलब
Oh wow.
मैं
और इला मैडम भी आ जाती तो।
वेलकम.
थैंक यू सो मच सर। इसका अब मुझे शादी में स्कूटर दे दें। कहते हैं कि प्रमोशन का तोहफा है।
मैं सोचा अर्ली रिटायरमेंट नहीं लेता, बॉस को बोल के तुमको मेरा असिस्टेंट बना लेता हूँ.
ओह माय गॉड सर, ये तो बहुत अच्छी न्यूज़ है। ये तो मतलब ये तो कमाल की न्यूज़ है सर। सर इसके अब्बा को मत बताना क्योंकि नहीं तो स्कूटर वापस ले लेंगे वो। तो सर मैं ये न्यूज़ जाके दे दूँ मेरे निशा को? थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
So he's staying so he can teach him?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of reasons why he's staying.
Don't you back out. You've got this, you handsome feller. You better not leave this great woman alone. It's empty.
It's definitely it's empty.
Just gonna say, what the hell?
Not even a note. There's a message for you.
I got the lunchbox today. There was nothing in it.
Right.
And I deserve that.
Right.
Yes, you do.
I don't know when I became old. Maybe it was that morning. Maybe it was many, many mornings ago.
Get it together.
I came to the restaurant while you were waiting. There you were, fidgeting with your purse, drinking all that water.
Oh.
I wanted to come up to you and tell you all this in person, but I just
can't.
watched you wait. You look beautiful. You're young. You can dream. And for some time you let me into your dreams. And I want to thank you for that.
He's not that much older.
There's definitely a gap between the two of them, though.
She knows he's a widower and what shows his wife would watch. She probably has some idea of his age.
1 2 3 अब एक फोटो सबके साथ, लड़की वाले राइट पे और लड़के वाले
It really is just him there.
लड़के वाले आप लोग लेफ्ट पे आ जाइए.
अजीब सा लग रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है सूखा सा पड़ गया पूरे से।
Goodbye, Sheikh.
Oh.
You'll be a good husband, Sheikh.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
There's a lot of grief going on.
आज से कहा ना कभी.
Ugh.
आ रही हूँ माँ बस आ रही हूँ बस राजीव आ रहा है हम मीटिंग में बिजी है वो सीधा शमशान घाट
It's her father? Is that what it is?
मुझे हमेशा फिक्र लगता था कि इनके जाने के बाद मेरा क्या होगा अब सिर्फ भूख लग रही है तब भी रोज रोज माँ का नाश्ता दवा नहाना नाश्ता दवा नहाना
भैया एक मिनट भैया ये जो डब्बा है ना ये गलत एड्रेस पे जा रहा है
कैसा गलत एड्रेस पे जाएगा
देखिए ये जो डब्बा मैं आपको देती है ना
हाँ।
है ना जो एड्रेस पहले आपको दिया था वो वाला सही था मेरे हस्बैंड का था लेकिन वहाँ पे उनको ये डब्बा नहीं मिल रहा है ये डब्बा किसी और जिस बिल्डिंग में जाता है मुझे उस बिल्डिंग का एड्रेस चाहिए
Oh, she
Man,
came
she showed
to
up
the
to
work.
his job.
ये साजन फर्नांडिस का डेस्क है ये
वो तो चले गए मतलब नौकरी छोड़ के चले गए नासिक चले गए
अब नासिक जा रहे हो
How is this gonna end?
Right? I'm really scratching my head.
Get off.
Oh, that's like luggage. That's not a suitcase.
He's back home, right?
That's what it seems like, yeah.
We thought that you're gone.
I was gone, but I came back.
Why?
Okay, you play here, but don't break anybody's glass.
मैं दोपहर से पुकार रही थी तुझे कहाँ थी बेटा
कुछ काम था आंटी बाहर गई थी
पता ही ना आज मैंने तेरे अंकल का पंखा साफ किया चलता हुआ पंखा साफ किया मैंने
How in the world?
It's like everyone's taking care of their husbands.
आप नासिक पहुंच गए होंगे मैं आज सुबह उठी और मैंने अपने सारे गहने बेच दिए ज़्यादा नहीं है पर सुना है कि हमारा 1 रुपया भूटान में 5 के बराबर है कुछ टाइम तक शायद चल जाएगा
No, she's gonna leave.
आज यशवी जब स्कूल से आएगी मैंने अपना सामान बांध लिया होगा और हम दोपहर की गाड़ी से निकल जाएंगे मैंने कहीं पढ़ा था कभी कभी गलत ट्रेन भी सही जगह पहुंचा देती है
No way.
Really? I like that they left the ending up to interpretation, but it feels a little dark, especially like when we're talking about, you know, the woman and her child who jumped, right? Like they had finally reached a point where they just had to leave, right? In that sense, it's kind of what I'm taking. And she took her bracelets off and did the same thing in that same kind of manner, sold them because she's gonna leave her. She's gonna leave her situation and go to like a whole new one, right? We don't know her why. We just know that she just had to kind of like just leave. It's like she's kind of walking the same path without the side part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I know she's not gonna take her life, but she's taking a leap instead of maybe like a leap to end it all. She's
Right.
gonna take
It's
like
the
a leap of
courage
faith.
to start something new.
I guess I'm still processing. I guess that's what it is. I'm like,
Yeah, I didn't expect for it to be open-ended like that, but I will say that I loved the movie. I'm taking time with the ending because I don't know how I feel about it necessarily. Y'all know I love happy endings.
Right.
So, and we didn't get that, but we didn't get a bad ending necessarily.
Right.
But I just think it was a really great movie that was so focused in a few people's lives, mainly 2 people's lives, 3 if you count Sharik, I think. The character name, the actor is Nawazuddin Siddiqui. He's awesome. Oh my God, that character completely won me over. The things that I'll start on is that I think the movie was excellent in terms of like this look into the city of Mumbai and the way that they have this LUNCHBOX delivery service, which I'm assuming is a known thing, like that a system, because the delivery person's like, no, everyone studied our system, which to me indicates like the system probably is as cool and dope as it seems. And like how I said in the beginning, I don't understand how they deliver to the right people. They have some mathematical equation. Their algorithm is on point, even when it was wrong. It was meant to go to him. But I thought the writing was excellent. I thought that it was really profound about just the way progression in a city looks like, to how things change, how we change, how we age, and how things differ between the time when we started to the time when we ended, both in our careers, our livelihoods, our marriages, our relationships. This was a kind of darker look at a lot of those things, you know, death, illness, just cheating, infidelity, and money issues. Like, there's so many things that it's a reminder that so many of us have things that we're struggling with, and those little moments of compassion and kindness and just connecting with our fellow human, even if it didn't lead to that romantic happy ending, which I liked, I think that connection is what really matters.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I'm glad that they didn't do the whole, well, let's just meet up and then we'll run away to Baran or this place that they were going to. Because I don't think it's about that. It's about connection. It really is about connection. It's about her losing connection, Illa losing connection with her husband and him going off and doing other things. It's about the connection of the neighbor upstairs, Auntie, still maintaining the connection for somebody who is, you know, disconnected from the rest of us, but she still holds on to him. And he's like, it's almost kind of like holding on to ghosts in a sense, like the ghosts of Illa's relationship with her husband, the ghosts of Sajin and his old family. Now that he's been widowed, well, he's, you know, it's kind of like, how do you kind of like move on? How do you kind of like still find, knowing that it doesn't have to end right there, like where you are now, you can still go out and still find life, still find purpose. He found purpose through a daily lunch that came in. He found purpose with connecting with somebody who was going to be soon replacing his job, you know, in the most unlikely of places, you know, connected so much so that he became a part of his wedding, you know, so it just, like, life is going to wear on you. Everybody's going to have to deal with that. But I think if you can still maintain some type of connection to friends or family or where you're from or your purpose in general, it can kind of like keep you going. To me, I interpret this as a little sad, but, and it's when Auntie upstairs and she was like, today I figured out a way to clean the fan without turning it off. I was like, what does that mean to me? You know? And I was like, because Uncle is stuck in his spot. He's frozen in time and he's looking at this thing. That's the only thing that's giving him drive to stay alive, you know? And instead of turning it off to kind of to clean it, she's like, let me try and, I don't know, do something to maybe make his life happier within the purpose. It feels like it was a really pivotal moment for that to be said, because she's stuck with him. He's stuck there, and the only thing you can do is clean this fan. It sounds bad in a kind of way. It's like, man, it feels heavy.
Yeah, I think that's like really good that you pointed that out, because I don't think there was a wasted line of dialogue in this film. There was not much dialogue. So, and every bit I think was very important and extremely profound and well written. So I agree, like those little sentiments when he said, sometimes I think if you don't have anyone to tell something to, you forget what happened in your life.
Oh my God, I loved that one.
Right.
Yes.
And so there was things like that which seemed clear, but I agree with the fan and with what her mom's said upon the passing of her husband and Illa's father about how she's just hungry because she was just serving. And I'm like, what is that saying about marriage? And I think it has, I wonder if it is a darker take, because I do think that there was a look on duty and marriage as a duty, and this kind of idea that women are meant to serve, and you know, like when she's not cooking, she's cleaning, when she's not cleaning, she's picking up the kid, and it's like this husband is living an entire life disconnected from the home life, and her life is home, and all these women's life are their home. But then on the flip side, you have this widowing man who all he wants is home, and he doesn't have home. And so I'm like, I think it will take me a few days to kind of understand what I think of the messaging. But I see it.
Right. Yeah. See, and to me, that is a really good sign of a good film, a good piece of art that you could just sit and just chew on for a second and just like, man, there's a lot of layers to kind of like peel. And because of that, this kind of like, for me, it's a bit of a transition into kind of the technical side of things. And that is long shots. You know, life is not like what you see on YouTube or music videos or anything where it's like these quick little 6 seconds, 3 second cuts and stuff like that. Life, when you're living it, is this stream of consciousness that just goes. There's no quick cuts. And I feel like this movie got that. Like, they were talking about something that's heavy, life and how it should be lived and what you're getting out of it. And what we're getting is these actors are just getting these incredible long takes to just sit there and let these scenes just breathe, to sit there and watch these people process these moments. Like Sajan just sitting at his desk wondering if Ill is all right. Wondering, and the only way he knows is to wait for this meal to come, and he's sitting there and you can feel the guy behind him placing the meals and stuff that and then when he puts it finally on his desk, you could see like a bit of relief, but it's not 100% yet. And you pointed this out. 100% is when you open it and you can smell it, and you know, because he knows who she is through her food, through this love that she's giving in the most extraordinary kind of way. And when he recognized that scent, you could just see, it's like, oh my gosh, she's all right. Oh my gosh, I can eat. Oh my gosh, this is still continuing. And the camera just stays as you go through that whole entire process and you're watching it. You know, there was a moment where I was like, I could feel my man's heartbeat. I can feel the uncertainty. I can feel the joy. And sometimes you need that time in order for these actors and actresses to give us the goods that makes this. Like, you can't turn away, you know? And I just think that it was such a good, strong choice as a director to make sure that no moment is rushed.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more. I thought that the way it was shot and directed was excellent. And I think that everything was on the same page. The writing, the directing, the acting, the edits, the music. Like, it was just a really great film. So well executed. And what I love most about it, when you think about the shots and those long shots that didn't have quick edits, and then you think about the messaging of the movie and the dialogue that was thrown in there, at no point, in my opinion, was the movie telling you how you should feel. Yes, it was just showing you, and it was up to you to decide how you felt about what you saw and heard, which is such a refreshing feeling. Because I think... And it's not bad. I think sometimes movies, directors, writers, like myself, if I'm trying to create something, a lot of times you want someone to feel something. That's what they like. It's kind of what you're taught as a writer. Like, you have a purpose of what you want the person to feel who's gonna live through your art. But sometimes it's even more profound just to show you, and then you get to decide. Yes. And I really like that.
Yes. This one's a little off subject, but it reminded me when I was a kid. Passing notes was a very big deal. We didn't have phones or anything else. So note passing, like, you had to sit there and handwrite your notes. The only way you can kind of get your notes, especially I went to like a little bit of a larger school. We had like our own like makeshift kind of like delivery system. Nothing nowhere near as advanced as what we're watching here. It's just, I know somebody who knows this girl's next class. So I'm going to get this note, hand it to my friend who probably knows another friend who can get it to her class. And then our little mail system kind of went like that with these notes. Like, we got like really into it. I'm talking about like cool ways to kind of like fold it. There was cool ways to sign your name, all this whole thing. It was like a whole thing with the notes when I was a kid. And I remember that feeling of being anxious, especially if it was somebody that you liked, right? Of waiting for me to get this note back, you know? And the feeling, seeing how they folded it in a certain kind of way and opening it up and seeing the right, like, there's something that is a little bit lost today in this typing world that we have now. And that is, when you type something out, letter writing is so much different, because when you're typing and you put your stream of thought out there, and if you don't like it, you can correct it. You can go back and re-edit the things that you're saying. But when you're writing, especially when you're writing in ink, whatever that initial thought was that you put down on that piece of paper remains. It is true. It's real to the moment, right? And when she sent him a letter and she said, "You're probably wondering what I wrote in that time," and it was crossed out. And I remember I had a flashback of being a kid, and I remember doing that, because you can't correct. And if you do correct, the person that you're sending that to knows that you corrected, right? So it was just like, oh, I'm getting this absolute truth from this person. You know, I'm pouring my heart out. This is how I feel. You've seen me have kind of like a change of thought. There's just something really personal about a letter, you know, from the feel of it, from knowing that the effort that it takes somebody, you had to get your thoughts right before you put it on. And it's one of those things that I needed to see this film to remind me of that. I was like, oh my gosh, writing letters had such a big meaning and the waiting for it. It's not like, you know, now, you know, if I'm talking to my girl, I'll be like, hey baby, I love you, send the text, boom, it's there.
Right.
But back then, or even now, he's like, yo, when you're writing that out, that effort, the wait for that to go, and it's such a different kind of thing. And I'm glad that they kind of reminded me of that, of the importance of that messaging. You know, I know I kind of went off.
No, I'm so glad you did, because it just gave me the nostalgia of that. And even like, it's so true. Like the passing notes, writing notes. I love handwritten letters. Like some of my most kept things, like things I try. If I move places, I usually get rid of most of my things that I don't need anymore. But the one things I always keep with me are letters and anything handwritten to me, except for my exes, because all that can go. I don't keep anything from y'all. but really, it is so special. And I think like this movie, if nothing serves as such an important reminder to have compassion towards people and people who you do care about, who you do want to have a nice day or feel something good in their day. Take the time to write them something, or to sit down, or to make them something. Food. I love what you say your mom says, make a fuss over it. If someone makes you something, like make a whole fuss over it. It's like, I think if we can just every day do one thing nice for someone, even if it's like a compliment or giving them a snack or part of your meal, I just think that can make the biggest difference in the world. And I love that this movie touched on that and how important that connection is.
Yes, it's just, you know, life is unflinching, and you have to be brave, and it can be terrifying. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong. I think this touched on all of that. Mistakes. I thought it was a great thing to add of the accounting books being messed up, and it was a great bonding moment when Sajan was like, it was my bad. I'm gonna cover for Shaikh. I like that, because in life you're gonna make mistakes. Those mistakes don't define you. You know, it's just there's that blip. That's just what happened. You know, and you learn from it. You know, Shaikh got a good talking to. He's like, what are you doing, man? You know, you messing up. But then in that same moment, Shaikh also had this youthful, fun, loving moment where he's like, I'm sorry, you should come eat dinner at my home. You know, it's like, this moment is what it is, but let me show you gratitude and thanks. Let me help you get a little bit closer. But that's just kind of like how life is. You know, it's filled with great things. It's filled with troubling things, but you just got to kind of like just keep going at it. Just keep working at it. You know, it's such a good message. This is my feel good movie of the day.
It's totally such a feel good movie. And more importantly, he's never been a snitch. Not even on his almost last days on the job. He was never going to be a snitch. Okay. Well, I genuinely really enjoyed watching this movie. Yeah. I'm so glad that I watched it as like a writer and creator. I feel like this is filling me up with excitement to get back on, not the notepad, because I guess that's outaged, but on the keyboard, start making something, and to be nicer to others than I already have been. And I hope y'all do the same. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up pretty please. I'm STEPH SABRAW. This is...
Hey, it's your boy SYNTELL.
Much love.